coming from a village and I was in Mumbai. I came to become an actor.
You came because आपने Bollywood फिल्में देखी थी. So
मुझे रानी मुखर्जी जैसा बनना था. I saw a lot of things, I didn't want to experience probably because sometimes you need to go through things, I mean, to understand life. So with Village Rockstars, I felt liberated. Some people even got offended because sometimes I couldn't return their messages.
what is the funniest or the strangest thing you've done to get a movie made?
मतलब ऐसा कुछ है ही नहीं जो नहीं किया. So around 2 o'clock probably she messaged me, Rima, you are an academy member. I mean, what? How come? If you really want to, and it's true that universe
पूरी कायनात.
वो है, मैं उसको मानती
our
हूँ.
Rima Das is just going to Shah Rukh Khan. This is the crossover of crossovers. Hi and welcome to Just to Filmy. You know this is your place for all things cinema. We celebrate the movies and today I'm celebrating a filmmaker who I have loved for a very, very long time and that is Rima Das. Rima, welcome to the studio. Welcome to my show.
Thank you, Rohini.
इतना
It's
वक्त हो
pleasure.
गया यार that we sat down and we did this, right?
Yes.
I have such beautiful memories of you because I remember watching Village Rockstars at Mumbai. And that was in 2017. And I remember that film just blew me away. And we were like, who is this filmmaker? Who is Rima Das? And then, of course, the film went on to do what it did. It won you so many amazing awards. And here you are now with Village Rockstars 2, which is
Yes.
amazing. And we saw it at Mami this year. So let's start with that. Mami, important, special, how important is it for you?
Mom is very, very important actually because coming from a village and I was in Mumbai, I came to become an actor. So in that period, it was Mami and also Ifi. These two festivals I attended and to watch movies. And I remember my memories, watching this world cinema and the bigger screen, and I felt like one day my film would be there. And so it's always important because these festivals, Mami, Ifi, gave that platform.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes.
I'm so glad you started with the fact that, you came to Mumbai to be an actor. I don't think it's been explored too much this side of your life, but I want to ask you, what was the year that you came to Mumbai? What were you doing in that year back home? And what was that year like in Mumbai after you came? Let's take you back to that time.
It's very difficult for me to, sometimes I feel like I'm reborn because it was like 2004 onwards. I was at least 5 years on and off. I was looking for acting job. So then something happened.
How old were you? And you left home and you came to Mumbai. That must have
No,
been
I
a lot. That's
was-
like 20 years ago, Rima. My God.
Yes,
You were a
it
child.
is. Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I looked like a child. I was not a child.
Yeah, yeah.
But coming from Northeast, you look younger, I think.
Of course.
So
Because of that
I
skin,
believe
it's beautiful.
And I did my master's and then I came here. But it was quite an unknown world for me. It was very different. And a lot of challenges. I saw a lot of things, I didn't want to experience probably. But when I look back, honestly, yesterday also I was with two friends and they started talking about their journey in the industry as an actor. And I'm like, I just forgot, I somehow probably, it's important. I know that was important, but the last few years I have been so occupied with making my movies somehow because all the memories, not good memories,
Yeah, of
not
course,
good memories.
of course.
Although taking it gracefully, I mean, I'm taking in my life because it's sometimes very important not to be bitter inside. You need to move on,
Yes.
and also, I mean, kind of feelings I had that time from certain people, probably what I encountered, it cannot be just my life now. And
It shall not define who you are or who you'll become.
Yes.
That's so amazing.
Because this world is beautiful, and there are many beautiful people, and that's how, because of all your love, now I'm here. Sometimes I feel good that, oh, I have a story to tell, and these things are, I mean, making me what I am, and what I am also giving to the world. This is because I had that past. That's the reason I'm
who you
how
are
I'm,
today.
yes,
Of course.
yes.
What was the 2 things or 3 things that you learned from that period that has shaped who you've become today?
How, I mean, to be kind,
People were not kind.
and also not to judge people, because you don't know, I mean, what their journey, what they gone through. And I mean, I like moment, like now I'm meeting you.
Yes.
Or maybe, I don't know, maybe after 6 months I'll meet you. Or sometimes you are meeting someone just for 2 minutes or 5 minutes.
Yes.
And sometimes you are having lifelong relationships.
Yes.
So I have learned that how to be mindful, that that moment is very important, how I'm behaving with that person. Even a smile is so good. You feel good, that's the memory. Whoever helped me, who were kind to me, I always remember. So love is everything. Love is so important. So lot of things. And it's beautiful, because sometimes you need to go through things, I mean, to understand life.
Right.
Yes,
Of course. Of course.
yes.
It seems that it was a tough period.
It was, because I was also coming from nowhere. I didn't know how to speak the languages, like Hindi was very bad. English was never, I'm coming from, I came from that background, so it was like I was not prepared. See, I was not prepared for that, but there was no system such to dignified system.
Yes, that's a very good word, a dignified system.
Yes,
Yes.
That was, it bothered me. And probably still now also, it bothers a lot of people,
100%.
And I hope and I believe that it's much, much better now. Because that time everything was, hidden, invisible for us. But now, because of internet, and especially who these people are.
Yes.
So, yes.
Yeah, that's crazy. So let me get this straight. So you came into Mumbai just after you finished your master's, and that means you just stopped being a student. You just stepped into adulthood,
Yes.
and then you come to this big bad city. You knew nobody, right?
Somehow.
Did you know anybody then?
No one from the industry.
No one from the industry, but you had some people you knew in this city. Hopefully they were friends of yours and they took care of you. And at one point you said, this is not for me, That is a big decision to take, because when we take a decision like that to leave a city, we have to first admit to ourselves that it's not working out. How did you get the strength to do that?
It just came to me, Sometimes things happen unknowingly, spontaneously. That's the beauty. I mean, I was in love with cinema. That's I know very well. And because it was a kind of a shocking for me in the city and in the industry. Somehow I know that I was not good. I was not also learning. I was going through that, more like that depression side. But when I fall in love with movies, and there was a certain kind of confidence in me. I used to really, watching movies, trying to understand, and started writing also something or other. So I thought I was really giving to it.
Absolutely.
To learning the language of the profession, especially. And that was also without knowing. I looked at the movies more like a painting. I didn't have courage to assist someone. I thought it would be a longer way for me.
Journey.
And also I thought it was too late for me to join a film school. So I started doing my own. I bought a camera and I just started more. In my first film, first feature, we shot 24 days.
Yeah.
And that time I had a small crew, but I didn't enjoy the process. There was no freedom, and not being from a school, I needed time. I needed a solitude and freedom.
Yeah.
So with Village Rockstars, I felt liberated.
Yes.
So it just I just took probably small steps, and also these films, because I grew up watching Bollywood films. So these films, world cinema gave me that, oh, I could go back to my village and do something there. So it just actually happened.
It's amazing because I
It
remember.
just
Yeah.
it was not a kind of a plan,
100%.
but it was the goal. I mean, dream. I mean that love, and I probably what I watch in like these festivals like Mami.
Yeah.
So I somehow it mesmerized me.
Beautiful. And the beauty is, and you corrected yourself. You said goal first and then you said dream, because honestly, it's a dream that we can make our own films. And I remember what Village Rockstars did. It's put you on the shelf of the greatest filmmakers of our country.
Thanks for the love, actually.
Yeah, I love
Lot
it.
of
Yeah.
love, yes.
You're a national award
That's
filmmaker. Yeah?
inspiring.
You're a national award winning filmmaker, Rima Das. It's not a small deal. You know, your film did so much. Okay. Also, the film showed us parts of our own country that otherwise we hadn't seen in the mainstream. Village Rockstars became a bit of a championing film. A lot of people from the industry turned around and said, you know what, we're going to make space for this film. We're going to show it at festivals. It's a good film. And that was a completely different reaction the same industry had to the Rima Das who came in to be an actor. When that was happening to you, what was that phase like for you? When you got appreciated? Because I feel कि इंसान को आदत नहीं होती है सक्सेस की, और जब वो सक्सेस मिलता है, you don't know how to react.
Yeah, it was happening to me. It was overwhelming. And
Yeah.
because, see, the thing is that I had always certain clarity. I had that dream, but everything happened so sudden. I wanted always that my film would go to bigger festival, A-list festivals. That dream was there, but I didn't know that it would happen so soon. And back to back, this traveling to so many festival awards, then national award, then Oscar entry, everything overwhelming.
Yeah.
But I knew that I'm the producer of the film. It was not that I was only director.
Yeah.
I was the producer, and I was the only producer of that film. So I was just going with the flow, wherever it took me. Sometimes even if it's national award, my phone is just rolling, like the messages and too many calls, interviews, needed to handle too many things. Some people even got offended because sometimes I couldn't return their messages. And I just did what best I could do that time.
Amazing. Yeah.
Sometimes momentary, I feel like it could have been better, I could have been do well, but I feel like at that time, being that person
who you were,
so I just did what best for the
you
film
could do.
I could do. And from the people were so lovely, and it was like it created such buzz,
Yeah.
So many people actually supported, loved, and that's quite overwhelming. And till now, I feel like every film I'm making, I feel like it is not for me, it is for us.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of people, whenever I'm traveling to a festival, there is a screening and I'm there. So people come to me, especially this new
youngsters,
they come and they lot of them, they come and say that how Village Rockstars and my journey inspired, and because of that they are making and doing things, they
Amazing.
always look at that film, that how we
how you made it.
So that is the real achievement for me, that because for them, film is it is big something big. It needs a lot of money and other things, but it was for them, and lot of, it was inspiring that with a small camera and with almost no crew, you
Yeah,
can
small. You
achieve
shot the film.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you had shot the film, you'd written the film, you directed the film, you cast all non-actors. Okay, you cast a mother and a daughter, and you got them to act. So you were casting director. You were also the AD for yourself. Did you
It
do the music though?
just
Did you do the
there
music?
was no music in the film.
I mean, there
My
is.
music was sound,
Yes.
because being in Mumbai when I was back and closely with nature, and I just, wow, sound is also music.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah,
Sound design then,
yeah,
if you don't
yes,
call it music.
yes,
Sound design, okay, it's
yes,
mad.
yes.
And then you did it, and then the film went on to be so many things. But this is a very special week to meet Rima Das, let me tell you, because two things are happening. One is that her film, her short, it's called Emma. It's a part of 4 shorts by 4 amazing filmmakers of our country. They've actually come on board and, kind of guided people how to make these films. Emma is your collection, is your short in that collection. It's called Melbourne, and it was made as a collaboration between India and Melbourne, and it was
Yes.
amazing. I mean, I saw it at Mami last year. Also, I saw Village Rockstars 2, which is going to be at the Berlin Film Festival this year.
Yes.
Is it competing?
Yes.
Oh my God, how does that make you feel?
It feels good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which category is it competing
It
in?
is generation 14 plus.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
It's a big one then.
Yes.
That's
It's
lovely.
always, we were with Bulbul Can Sing also, we're
Yeah,
in the same section.
same section.
And I'm going back again. And interestingly, 2019, I was also jury in this section. So it is. It's a surreal feeling also that
Yeah.
it's more like, again, I'm student
Yes.
going back to the same section I was jury. So let's see. I'm just taking it gracefully. I just want to go and enjoy the festival because I have been doing it from 2014 onwards.
Yes.
So making movies, attending festival, doing so many things. And now this year I have learned to be taking it easy and just enjoy and celebrate. So hopefully I'm going that and
And you'll have a great time.
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
looking for
yeah.
a
I
great
think it's
time,
fun. It's fun. There are a
actually.
couple of other films at Berlin
Yeah.
this year. There's Shadow Box or Boksho Bondi.
Yes.
And I spoke to the team yesterday and they are
Wow.
so excited. I think it's lovely how that is a collective of producers so that ताकि ऐसी फिल्म बनती
Yes,
रहे.
yes, it is very important.
It's very important.
ये बहुत अच्छी बात है कि ये मैं दिख रही हूँ because that is the only way out, that coming together and supporting these movies. That is the
Absolutely.
only, I think it is the best way and is happening. I have been thinking about last 2-3 years collaborating with actors, collaborating with, like how this film
Shadow
is
Box
doing.
has gotten made.
Yes.
I love it because there's Vikramaditya Motwane.
Yes,
There's
yes.
Jim Sarb.
Right.
There's actors like Anjali Patil. There's Nikhil Advani.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
Nareen
yes,
and everybody's
right.
coming in and putting their might
Yes,
behind the film.
yes,
And
yes.
it just teaches me, you walked so that people could run today, Rima. It's amazing. You have been through that journey by yourself. And today I think you will be very happy to see a collective coming together.
Yes, I'm very happy to
Yeah,
see this.
yeah, it's amazing.
Because then we can make more and more movies, and you are having more and less risk.
Absolutely.
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 I mean, that's important. And when we are together, it's less risk, and it's also more enjoyable.
Yes, absolutely.
Because,
there's creative minds around you.
Yes, yes.
What is the funniest or the strangest thing you've done to get a movie made? Let's take you back. In any film, this is, तुम्हें लगा नहीं था कि रीमा दास तुम्हें ये करना पड़ेगा लाइफ में?
कुछ भी किया मैंने.
कुछ भी. एक चीज तो बता यार रीमा अपनी फिल्म में, क्योंकि आई एम फैसिनेटेड बाय द वे यू मेड योर फिल्म्स.
मतलब ऐसा कुछ है ही नहीं जो नहीं किया. पेड़ पे चढ़ के कैमरा और जस्ट इट्स like taking a shot, and in the flood crossing a river full of water. and lot of things. I mean, कुछ भी किया, कहीं पे भी चढ़ जाते हैं हम लोग कैमरा लेके, making. I mean, it's beautiful. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
funniest, इतना सब कुछ है. It's more like sometimes a lot of time it's more like a picnic for us.
How lovely.
Yeah,
How
it
lovely.
is, because I'm shooting the film, and when you are having less crew, and sometimes you are waiting for a sunset, you are going there waiting for a week or 10 days, so what to do? You just कभी कभी frustrated हो जाते हैं, but nowadays okay, ठीक है, it's okay. I mean, take it easy and have fun.
That's
So
lovely.
कुछ भी करते रहते हैं. Spending, especially with the kids, and
Yeah, absolutely.
it's like it's always fun.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
What I also love is that, Rima, your films have always been about women. Whether it's Tora's husband, whether it's Emma, whether it's Bulbul Can Sing, whether it's Dhunu, who grew up between two films, which I think is so lovely. And you see, and you meet that family again.
Yes.
Why have you decided, okay, to tell these stories? Why are the stories of women, especially from our country, important for you as a filmmaker to tell?
Because we don't have much female gaze, it's so important, and now I can do it. I started making movies. Also, one of the reasons I also wanted to act in my films. Because coming from Northeast, it was a struggle.
Yeah.
Forget about the other things. Also, it was like to get roles.
Yeah.
Which because.
Because you look a certain way, because you're talking a certain way,
right,
that doesn't look like others around you.
yes.
And the industry thrives on homogeneity. जिसका मतलब ये है कि हम सब एक जैसे दिखते हैं. There was a point where you couldn't tell where the Hindi film heroine came from. If she was from the north, she had an accent. And बस उतना ही होता, okay?
Yeah.
If she was from the south, she would not even have the accent. She would just wear one sari, and you had to assume it. So I think that there was, in the attempt to homogenize, there was erasure, and there was erasure of culture. Ultimately, what you stand for is your culture, right?
Right.
And that's important to you.
Yes, because there was not enough for us and enough for many, and a lot of time you are typecast, and a female character is looked at certain way, because I gone through it, and then I thought there are possibilities.
Yeah.
There are, and we have full of stories, and women are full of emotions. So we have, I thought that women's perspective is very important. And when I acted in my first feature film, then I realized that no, I mean, I should focus on just direction, because I realized that somehow it's not that I was not good. I realized that मेरे से दोनों चीज नहीं हो पाएगी. Or when I am only directing, then I can do more. And there are amazing actors around. So I just thought it's just, and every film I'm making, although I consider myself humanist filmmaker, because I believe in equal opportunities, and I also believe it's very important to coexist, but in that also, I mean, I am not looking at it that what as a male director they are doing, because it is very personal, because how you understand a woman, that is very personal. I cannot question, but at least I can do what I can do. And when I'm also working with women, then it's a collaboration.
Yeah.
If I'm working with Dhunu again, because Dhunu is when her character is 16 years or 15, 16 years old, being me at this age, I cannot just
assume
and I just cannot impose my thoughts. So I need to understand, मैं जब उनकी एज में थी, मेरी सोच कैसी थी, अभी मेरी क्या सोच है, और being Dhunu now at her age, what what is her thoughts.
Thoughts, absolutely.
So it is somehow a collaboration,
Yes.
giving the space and freedom. So it is nothing like, oh, what I am writing on paper. It is more like doing in the moment.
Absolutely.
Understanding, I mean, their perspective also. So it is very beautiful. So we are doing this journey together. And yeah, I think now I am collaborating with more also professional actors.
Yes.
And I'm having conversation with them, trying to understand their perspective and how they can be comfortable.
Yes.
That is very important. It is creating equal opportunities to express their thoughts. It's not as a writer director my thoughts. It's how they can also express their thoughts as a human being, just not as an actor.
Absolutely.
So
I'm very interested to know what you're a member of the academy.
Yes.
It doesn't happen to anybody just like that. When you found out about it, what did that make you feel? And do you remember?
I was so excited. I was so happy because it just suddenly someone just messaged me midnight. Anurangachar, she was probably that time LA or New York, I don't know, but it was midnight. And I don't know why that day I was in Assam. I was not feeling sleepy. I was just somehow awake. So around 2 o'clock probably she messaged me, Rima, you are an academy member. I mean, what? How come? I mean, like, because I don't know the process. Then I checked my mail and just that, oh, actually I am now. And it's such
What is
privilege.
that like? What is that like? Like,
It's like-
what are your responsibilities?
Is
You have to vote
first
for the
is I'm
Oscars.
happy that I'm getting access to these wonderful films.
Yeah.
Because I keep traveling to festivals. If I don't have a film also, I love to watch movies and I go there and watch. And now I can watch. I mean,
That's so lovely. You're still excited about the fact that you can watch movies, and that's the most beautiful thing about this conversation. This
yes,
is great.
actually,
Like
that is
basic
so
guys,
nice.
सबसे पहले हम यहाँ क्यों आए थे फिल्में देखने के लिए? हमें अभी भी फिल्में देखने को मिल रहा है.
हाँ, तो
बहुत बढ़िया.
आई फॉल इन लव विद सिनेमा बिकॉज मुझे अच्छी लगी कि किस तरह से फिल्में बन सकती है, किस तरह से आपको इमोशनली मोटिवेट कर सकते हैं. सो ब्यूटीफुल दैट लैंग्वेज ऑफ दैट विजुअल लैंग्वेज, दैट्स व्हाट आई लव एंड स्टिल आई लव टू वॉच मूवीज. और पहली बात है मुझे मूवीज देखने मिल रही है जो ऑस्कर में आई मीन जाने वाली है.
बिल्कुल.
So that is one thing, and surely like it helps me, even my Oscar journey with Village Rockstars, it placed me on that world industry map, and that's beautiful. It opened now, being an academy member also, it is opening better access.
Beautiful.
I can reach out to people.
And she gets to vote. We can't ask her who her favorites are because that would be incorrect to do to an academy member. What was it like?
Beautiful. Yes. And also I remember I watched Wings of Desire, his film, and I didn't know that time who was Women's, not coming from school, whatever available for me. I just watched that time, in my early stage. And probably a couple of years later, I discovered, oh, he is Women's, Then now also when people keep talking to, oh, are you influenced by Satyajit Ray or Terence Malick? Then, and kind of,
Cinema,
then I somehow realized that it's not that I'm influenced. They are my tribe. I feel like they are big. I mean, they have done amazing things in life. I just started. I still feel like I have just started.
Actually,
I'm trying to know. And even in like with my Melbourne, for the first time outside country, we are having a big crew. And because I have been doing things mostly in that limited resources. And for me sometimes it is now I'm learning, collaborating, but looking at these festivals, their films, I feel like I'm connected.
Absolutely.
And that is very beautiful. And I remember even in watching a film in Cannes, like because I'm quite admirer of Terence Malick. So
Yeah.
so these things, it just it's a fan moment. It's also to see them from distance also
Yeah.
nice. Listening to them and being connected. You just feel like I'm one of them,
Correct.
part of it, that beautiful this called films. I think
We should
that
do it. Yeah.
is, yes,
It's a
yeah.
privilege.
It's a
One of our
privilege,
last
yes.
segments I wanted to do with you is to ask you, how do a lot of people must have asked you, Rima, over the last 10 years, how do we make our first film? And if you were anybody else, I cannot, I mean, I don't know how to answer that question, but I'm sure that that is the most asked question to you, right? Because people want to know,
Yes.
how did you do it? How did you make a movie? I think, do you have an answer now that is above the logistics of it?
Yeah.
What is the inner, thing that, what do you really need? You don't need cameras, you don't need money, you don't need crews, you have proved कि ये सारी चीजें आप खुद ही कर सकते हैं. सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज क्या होती है एक फिल्म बनवाने के लिए?
Love. That's what it's. When you are cooking, love. When you are now doing this podcast, it's all about love because you enjoy this, right? That is very important, that you enjoy and you love, and also you somehow feel that it is your calling. It just asking yourself
Yeah.
again why you are in this world. You are not confused. When you have clarity, like this is what I want to do. A lot of artists, they do that way, nothing matters other like that factors. It doesn't matter if also people keep questioning, oh, it is so tough and it is this. I mean, this is tough, but I
It is
love to
tough.
do this. How does it matter? And even I remember, like when like Village Rockstars success was big, then when I was making a Bulbul, even my friends said that, Rima, be careful, go slow, now, like if it doesn't do well, then people would talk about this, they would criticize. But I'm like, no, this is what I love and I don't need to make masterpiece. It just like I'm telling stories. My every film will be different.
Yes.
Some films will be more appreciated, some probably will be less appreciated.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Beautiful.
And I always say that just do it, because it, and also having that confidence, overcoming your fear is the step. Yeah, that is the main thing, overcoming your fear and inhibitions, and also believing that this is my vision and we are unique. There are so many film score, there are so many people making movies, but it's not that there are so many films, wonderful films, but that it doesn't mean that you can just copy and you can get influenced and make a good movie.
Yeah.
So you know that you are unique. What you have been, you are going to create, believing that it is your vision and sticking to your, you should stick to your vision and that push forward your journey, and that is what I have been doing. And if you can, if you love, nothing can. I mean, it just universe create that path for you.
Yeah.
That is, I mean, when I had no money or I had money, it was just, I feel like, it just opened up. If you really want to, and it's true that universe
पूरी
conspires,
कायनात
वो है, मैं उसको
Oh,
मानती
our Rima
हूँ.
Das is just going to Shah Rukh Khan. This is the crossover of crossovers. Do you like
That's
Shah Rukh
true,
Khan?
I
Do you like
believe.
Shah Rukh
Yeah,
Khan?
I do.
Have you met him?
Yes, I did.
Oh my God.
Yeah, in Melbourne Indian Film Festival, he introduced Bulbul Can Sing and Mitu Bhaumik, the director. She actually wanted that independent films and someone coming from that mainstream.
Yeah.
So he was there and he introduced Bulbul Can Sing.
How lovely.
And it was lovely.
Has he watched the film though?
that I am not.
Mr. Khan, Mr. Khan, you should watch this film. All of these
If
films,
not, I can
actually.
still send him
Yeah,
the
we'll send you the film.
film.
This is Mr. Shah Rukh Khan. If you're watching, we'd love to send you Rima Das's film. National award-winning filmmaker, of course, and will be completely worth your time. That reminds me, my last question is now. Have you ever been offered to direct a full-fledged Bollywood film? And how do you see Bollywood, Rima? Like, do you see it? Because I remember when you came to India, when you came to Mumbai,
right.
you came because आपने बॉलीवुड फिल्में देखी थी, you know.
हाँ,
So
मुझे रानी मुखर्जी जैसा बनना था. I
cute.
used to dress up, like
of
because उस समय में
Of
ऐसा
course.
था ये सब
And Rani
कुछ.
Mukherjee was stunning, is still stunning. And that's the currency that we knew, until we went to different places and watched world cinema. What is your relationship with mainstream Bollywood films? How do you perceive it? Have you been offered to direct a film? Would you direct a film?
I would love to. So I don't have such inhibitions. Surely, when I'm telling any like in that mainstream or in a larger scale, I would love to do it my way.
Lovely.
But I grew up watching Bollywood movies. It's all the songs and everything is. I still watching a movie, I cry.
Yeah.
So it's there are a lot of many good films, and I enjoy. So I don't mind, and luckily, fortunately, like I don't have a particular kind of I just want to stick to this. It's nothing like that. Even recently, I was watching Dune Part 2. I was like, oh wow, okay, like
Which is as mainstream as it gets, I guess. It's these big movies,
So big movies, interesting. It is all about telling stories. See, for
Ultimately.
me, I mean, how James Cameron made Avatar, it's just telling stories.
Yeah.
Harry Potter was made. So it is nothing like, for me, I love any kind of genre, but it should mesmerize me. It should, like, I feel like when I'm watching Spider-Man, we are just there, like,
Absolutely.
so it is, I love that craft when a director convinces you. Maybe after you are leaving the theater
Yeah.
is might be different. You are
Correct.
coming to probably reality, and
Yeah.
some films, I mean, stay with you. Some films are like, okay, you had good time and it mesmerized you, and that's it. But I like how a director can convince you, maybe for that particular, that like 2 hours or 3 hours, or and how, I mean, you have never seen a Spider-Man in your life, but
You believe
you believe it. So that is so mesmerizing for me. And that is cinema, And
Absolutely.
so it is nothing like Bollywood, Hollywood, or anything. Good cinema
is good cinema.
Yes.
A toast to that, and what a great line! Good cinema is good cinema. Yes.
So it's nothing like art house, independent, or mainstream. It doesn't.
These are boxes that don't exist.
Yes.
We create them to make sense of, to make it easier and simpler for us. But I think, what is a life if it's too simple, right? Let it be beautiful and rich, and let it be diverse, and let it be complex.
And also, it's like, oh, where this thoughts coming from? That is also so interesting,
True.
That is, and something existed, something for that person. Like when we are talking conversation with women-ders, and people are asking, do you believe in angel? Because your Wings of Desire, the main protagonist, he is an angel, right? So somehow that thought, it is there, if you are just going to, I mean, you are seeing our old architecture also. It's just like, that is the beauty, that you don't need to, there is like the seen and unseen. And that's the beauty, that, I mean, it's not necessary what I am seeing, what I am observing. It is true for me, but for someone, they are seeing things probably I'm not seeing,
Absolutely.
And I want to,
imbibe that.
Yes.
I always want to sit down and chat with Rima for many years.
So lovely.
We have done many chats, mostly on stage, mostly to introduce her film, mostly as a post-discussion of her films. Thank you so much, Rima, and wish you luck with this leg. And we can't wait to know what you bring to us next. So all the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Rima Das, and I had a great talk with Raw Talk. And please subscribe to Just to Filmy.